So when it comes to being the most productive, the most effective when making your outbound prospecting phone calls, the question that comes up all the time is a triple line dialer better than a single line dialer? So today I'm going to be doing a little bit, something a little bit different. I'm taking a question right off my direct message on Instagram. And so today's question is just that. Brandon, when it comes to making outbound prospecting phone calls, what's better? Is it a triple line dialer better than a single line dialer? And if you guys want, you can ask me questions. Go find me on Instagram. I put a link beneath this video. You guys can follow me, send me a direct message, and I'm going to start making videos like this moving forward where I answer your questions directly here on my YouTube channel. So let's jump into it. So this conversation is going to start around 3 different sections I'm going to walk you guys through today as I give you my recommendation on when you should use a triple line dialer, when you should use a single line dialer. And actually, I'm going to talk about something else. I'm also going to talk about when you should actually hand dial. So we've got hand, we've got our single line dialer, and then we've got our triple line dialer. Okay. So when it comes to making outbound prospecting phone calls, when we use a triple line dialer, you have to ask yourself, okay, when is it more effective to use a triple line dialer? Well, this is what you want to ask yourself. This is when you make a business decision as to which is better. These leads are, they're further up the funnel, okay? So these typically will have lower intent. So these are people that they haven't necessarily raised their hand that they want to buy or sell a home. So they have lower intent, and they typically have longer conversion cycle. So longer conversion percentage, they take longer to convert. Okay, so what are some examples? So here we're talking about, circle prospecting for sure. We're talking about absentee owners for sure. When you're calling through and inviting people to maybe an open house, any type of lead that has no intent, they haven't raised their hand to say, listen, I'm selling my house. Yes, I'm buying a house. These are all top of funnel type lead generation strategies that we talk about, meaning that you want to, this whole section, when you're using a triple line dialer, because the prospect is so far up the funnel, this is all about making contacts, right? This is all about making contact. That's the whole goal up here, is to bring this audience further down in our sales pipeline to generate a lead. Okay, so let's talk about the next section for a second. So anytime we use a triple line dialer, we're going to call lead sources that are abundant. There's unlimited amounts, right? Circle prospecting, absentee owners, open house type leads. Now we talk about single line dialers and the use case of when you might want to use this. Well, here is where we have a specific need to generate a lead, okay? These people typically have a little bit of higher intent, and they have a shorter conversion ratio, or a shorter conversion timeline, I should say. So this isn't percentage. This is like the length of time. Okay. So these have shorter timelines, and they usually have their hands raised. So here's some examples of those, right? So certainly your for sale by owners, your expired listings, your for rent by owners. These are going to be your probates, things of that nature. These might even be assisted living, okay? And these might even be attorneys, okay? Attorneys. Because here's what I'm doing. When I'm on a single line dialer, the reason I make the business decision here to go from the triple to the single, I want you to think about this. When you're using a triple line dialer, you don't know who's going to answer the phone. Is it this lead, or this lead? And you don't know. And if you're calling off of Mojo or something like that, well, the problem is, if you, for an example, stay with me here. If you use a triple line dialer to call expired listings, as an example, Well, what I like to do when I call an expired listing is I'll have my MLS open. I'll have my MLS open on one screen. I'll have my dialer open on another screen because I've got a 2-computer setup, so I can have the property in front of me. Why? Well, to make your expired listing calls really be impactful, you want to be able to reference information quickly from the actual listing. You can look at the photos fast. You can look at days on market fast. You can look at the notes fast. You can look at public record fast. But if you're calling off a triple line dialer, you won't be as prepared when you actually get somebody to answer the phone. So with a triple line dialer, we need to be calling people with lower intent because we don't need to pull from as much pertinent information to make that contact as impactful. Hopefully that makes sense. So triple line, single line. Now, what about hand dialing? Okay. Typically, I'm going to use hand dialing for all my follow-up and my when I'm making a specific prospecting call. Okay, so this is when this is like very specific, and what I mean specific is like I'm calling somebody on purpose. So I might be doing lead follow-up, or specific might be, hey, I'm going to call this divorce attorney because I was referred to this divorce attorney by my probate attorney, and they made a warm handoff, so I'm going to call this person on purpose, right? So I'm going to hand dial that. I'm not going to load this person up in my dialer. I'm not going to do any of that stuff. I'm going to hand dial them because I have a specific reason why I'm calling, versus these two. This is our lead generation type activities. I use hand dialing for lead conversion. Okay, there's a huge difference. Massive difference. So we're lead generating here, generating opportunities to go into our database. Hand dialings all should be based on lead conversion. Okay. So what I've done is, like a lot of people say, well, what are you using? What dialer are you using? Well, the truth is, I've always been on a single line dialer. I was on Mojo for a little while. But I had so much success. I have so much success, all of those things on a single line. I didn't have a need to go up here because of my lead sources that I'm focused on here were so niched down. They were so specific that, if you guys have been following me for a while, it's not that circle prospecting is bad, but I'd rather you call probates. I'd rather you call for rent by owners. I'd rather you call absentee owners. They're further down that sales funnel, which increases the quality of your conversation, making it easier to generate leads, which is what you're doing here. Now, the next question I get is, well, Brandon, which dialer do you use? So I personally was on RedX for years and years and years and years. I switched over to Vulcan 7 about a year and a half ago. And I've got my affiliate link beneath this video. You can give them a try. I think for $49, you can try their entire platform, get all of their leads, get all of access to their lead conversion CRM system, their video email, and their dialer, of course, and try it out for a couple of weeks and see if you like it. And I actually made a video. You guys can watch that right here, where I compared my experience between RedX and Vulcan 7, gave you the pros and cons of each. Check that video out right here, and then let me know if you guys have any questions down in the comment section. And then let me know if you guys like this style of video better than maybe my old styles, because I like answering specific questions that you guys have. So make sure you go find me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram, and you can send me a direct message. I'm going to be making a lot more videos like this. So if the video gave you value, please, I would ask you, subscribe to the channel. It helps to support the channel. Hit the like button so that YouTube says, oh, this is a valuable video, and other people can also get benefit from it. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video very soon.